It's a new month, and I picked up lots of physical media. So today, let's show that off. How's it going, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to another episode here at Figure Out Films. My name is Chris, as always, and today I am super excited to talk a little bit about just physical media. You know, we've been doing rankings and top 10s, but time to chill, trying to relax, lean back. Let's just talk about physical media and show off some of my hauls over the last month or so. It's been a while since I did one of these, and I have picked up quite a bit that I've been saving to show off on screen, so you're in for a real treat. And again, if you are new to this channel, you like these kind of videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're really on the road to 1,000. I really think we can get it. And I'd love to see some more support on this channel to get to that 1,000 mark. I love the journey we've been on. I love all the returning guests. I appreciate the support. I know who you are. And let's just keep this ride going. I really appreciate it. So yeah, let's go. Now to get started today, like I said, I had picked up quite a bit of things during last month and also in December that I just really held off on. There was a great holiday this year on Amazon, on Walmart.com. This is actually the first summer where I bought a lot of things through Walmart, not to mention things like through the Black Friday sale, the subscriber sale through Vinegar Syndrome. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give a little bit of story while also showing off the physical media that I picked up this year. And again, remember, if you like these kind of videos, please let me know in the comments below so I know that I'm not wasting all my money and time on this stuff. So let's go ahead and go. Starting off first is some very local pickups. So through Facebook Marketplace, I was lucky to meet a really awesome guy. He's a big Godzilla collector, and he was selling this, and he gave me a really good deal for it. It's practically new. And that is the Lord of the Rings 4K trilogy. I've been eyeing this 4K set for a very long time, and the prices never fit, or like when I did want it, when it's usually on sale through Prime Day, funds are just like not there, or there's other things I really want to pick up that I know that I can always get later. Finally, I got this for less than what the Amazon price usually is, and it was right near me, so it was just a great, easy pickup. I got to talk to the guy, had some good conversation about boutique labels and all that, and I finally got to upgrade my Blu-rays to the 4K, which I sold off long ago because all I had were the extended editions, which I do love. But I think the older I'm getting, the theatrical is my preferred way because that's my most nostalgic. So I grew up watching The Lord of the Rings constantly as a kid and saw them in theaters and on rewatches at home. But I didn't really start getting to the extended edition until the internet, and then eventually just only having those for the longest time. So yeah, this set includes both versions for all three films. So you can usually get this at the cheapest, about $50. I paid less than that. So yeah, was really happy to snag this. And next, through our favorite boutique label store, Half Price Books. If you know, but if you don't, Half Price Books, it's, they sell books, they sell movies and records, and honestly, a lot of their movies aren't really the best deal, but sometimes you can get real lucky, like I did. So I was out and about, I was in Kansas City, and when I bought that VHS mystery box set, which if you haven't seen that video of me unboxing it, check that out. I also picked up this Blu-ray. I was shocked to see that is Night of the Comet through Scream Factory, and it was only $10, and this baby is still sealed. That's the only reason I picked up this very okay movie. Like, I need to rewatch it, and I never owned it, so I couldn't ever actually do that. But it's a zombie movie from the 80s. This is through Scream Factory. And the world ends, basically. A meteor happens, and then zombies start roaming the world. In premise, I should really love this movie, but it just never has hit yet. And I'm hoping on this most recent rewatch that I will be doing, that I'm a fan of it then. But yeah, for $10, I feel like you can't beat that. Even though it does have a new 4K through Scream Factory, I'm not necessarily sold with Scream Factory 4Ks along with just upgrading movies to 4K, especially if it's a movie I didn't love. So for $10, and it's still Blu-ray, I figured this was worth it. What do you think? Should I have just left it behind for the next person, or should I and upgrade the 4K, or was this the right call? Let me know down in the comments below. And next, like I said, at Walmart, I was buying so much over this last month in December, things through Walmart.com. And Walmart.com is a very interesting website because there's a lot of third-party sites and sellers on there. It's basically like an eBay of sorts, or a Mercari. And you got to be careful. But a lot of times, they will be cheaper than retail through the store on some items, or they're running an online-only deal that I feel like is usually a mistake. Like, for example, I could say is the Halloween final 3 movies in the series. that had 4K releases from Screen Factory, and I think you could get that box set for like 20 or 30 bucks at one point, and it was an error. Some people got them, some people did it. Walmart is known to do this, and I was at Walmart and I was trying to snag a deal because it was like, the holidays, and I wanted to treat myself on a little gift, and I saw that this was grossly underpriced, and of course I showed this in my last video. That is the Universal Monsters complete 30 film set on Blu-ray. Now, I had the Essentials collection, the Alex Ross edition, which I absolutely loved, but I would gladly upgrade for this if I wanted to upgrade this for a very, very, very long time. And usually at cheapest, this is like 70 bucks, I want to say, maybe 8. Yeah, I'd say about 70. You get 30 films. Granted, quite a few of these are repeats. But at Walmart, I got this brand new for 40 bucks because the Walmart.com, I think it was a third-party seller, was selling it for $40. So I screenshot that and showed it to the employee, and they honored it. So I got this brand new sealed for 40 bucks, which I don't think you can beat, which tells me either they're going to upgrade all these to 4K eventually and they're trying to get rid of them, or that was just a glitch in the system, and I was lucky. And here's the only bummy thing. These cases, I'm almost certain they were all clear when you could get them for a while. And now I see these at Walmart more often, and there's no rhyme or reason on which ones get the Blu-ray case and the few that get the clear case. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and it drives me to no end. So for the discount price, I do have to suffer with a few things that way. And while also I was at Walmart, I kind of got a little confused and a little on my high horse about, like, why are you collecting this form of physical media? It's not really been my kind of thing because it's way too expensive. If it was cheaper, it would be my thing, I think, because it kind of spices up your shelves a little bit. But usually, a lot of times, I don't gravitate towards this. I'm talking about Steelbooks. And I know Lionsgate and a lot of Walmart exclusive Steelbooks and Steelbook collections. I'm not saying you're dumb for picking those up. It's just not my kind of thing. And I just think they're really expensive. I got laughed at on the internet for it. And then some people kind of rallied behind me, which I appreciate. So let me know, what do you think? Are Steelbooks worth the extra price or not? Speaking of, I mean, there's a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection that's on Steelbook, and it's driving people crazy with how expensive it is. But I usually only get Steelbooks for movies that if I got them used and they're super cheap and in good condition, or if they're movies I absolutely love and like I want a special edition and I can't get anything other than a Steelbook. That's the kind of the case with these two movies. So the first one I picked up from Walmart was this Godzilla x Kong 4K, The New Kingdom. I love this movie. I saw it in theaters, and I have the original Godzilla vs. Kong on Steelbook as well, so I wanted a Steelbook to go along with the Two Boys on here through Steelbook, and Best Buy is gone now, so the best I can get is Walmart. This again was a little more expensive than I wanted to pay for this movie, but this one is okay, at least I got something cool and special for it. The big one I really was excited about was this right here. This is the Oppenheimer Steelbook. I did want it where he's small and the big smoke's behind it, but I'll take this. I still think the original Oppenheimer is cool. It's cheap, but when I was going to pick it up at the cheap price, it just wasn't available. So I ended up opting for the slipcover, or the Steelbook, and over the slipcover version, and I'm happy for this one. I love Oppenheimer. So yeah, check out Walmart.com, get the app, and you can price compare a lot of times, even especially with the figures. I've been doing that lately. So yeah, shout out Walmart.com. And then next, we had the Vinegar Syndrome subscriber sale, where everyone was freaking out because of one specific movie that was selling out in less than 48 hours. And I'm going to show you my haul that I ended up getting during the subscriber sale. If you don't know what Vinegar Syndrome is, Vinegar Syndrome is a boutique label that puts out limited prints of very obscure video store forgotten films. It's a very niche thing, and sometimes I like to delve into it, and sometimes, the price is just not there, but you do get a lot of FOMO because of the limited quantities. You can see the numbers of them. So here's what I had picked up. The first one, to get the controversy out of the way, I did pick up The Keep on 4K. This is Michael Mann's long thought to be forgotten movie from the 80s. This is a wild time. I actually saw this movie with my buddy Daniel from the Cobwebs channel, and I had a great time actually with The Keep. It was very interesting. It was not what I was expecting, and I actually have it on VHS as well. But I snagged this last minute after I saw that the slipcovered edition sold out, and then this standard edition was selling out. I figured I might as well get it for the price, because if I don't want it, then I could probably give it to someone who actually wants it more than me. But for the time being, I still have The Keep. The next I have is one of my favorite discoveries of last year, one of my favorite giallos. I wish I had the slipcover for it because it's amazing. But the movie, at the end of the day, is what matters most, and that is Lamberto Bava's Blade in the Dark. Again, I love Mario Bava, his dad, and Lamberto Bava here kills it with this awesome giallo, Blade in the Dark, about a man who composes music for movies, and he ends up staying in this house where there's a mass killer that's killing people. And yeah, it's a really great plot twist and surprise, and this is a great movie, and the fact that it was pretty discounted, I'm happy to have that. The next two are blind buys, but I'm super excited by the premise and the creators. So the next one is Cthulhu Mansion. The reason I really wanted to pick this up is because it's by director Juan Piquar Simon, who I absolutely love, of Slugs fame. I just absolutely, and The Nest. I just absolutely love this director, and I want to constantly keep seeing more movies that he's put out. And I hear Cthulhu Mansion is another good one of his. So, and I've been really into the Eldritch horror, so pick that up. And then finally, because it was low limited print copies left, it was Unmasked Part 25. And again, never seen this, but I think it has to do about like the homage to slashers, and it has some comedy, and it just sounds like a really cool time. So Unmasked Part 25. And finally, the last big haul that I did, Amazon at the end of January was doing a 3 for $33 sale, which is a homage, I think, to the 4 for $44 sale through Warner Archive, which I highly invested a lot of money in, because it was $11 a movie. That's crazy. So now we have $11 a movie that you had to get at least 3 on, and they would multiply it by that. So I had at one time 9 4K movies for $99, and then I eventually shrunk it down for 6 movies for $66. And I'm actually surprised, because there were some really great selections. It was constantly rotating, but I got it on the final day. Here's what I got. So the first one was, these were upgrades that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'll show the comparison. I finally got the Man of Steel on 4K. I hear this is a great reference disc copy, but also I just really like Henry Cavill's Superman, and I have all the other the Snyder Cut movies on 4K, and I just absolutely love them with the IMAX shot. Unfortunately, the IMAX shooting on this is not there with aspect ratio. And it was a really good presentation. I'm not going to lie. I had a great time. It had Dolby Atmos. I don't think it had Dolby Vision, but either way, it was still good. And it's a nice way to upgrade my Man of Steel Steelbook on Blu-ray. And eventually, I'm just going to swap it out and throw this 4K inside here just to house it. I think it just would look cooler. The next movie I picked up on 4K is a movie I absolutely loved, and I just wanted to get it. And this is the way I could get the unrated cut, and it was the cheapest I could get this 4K. This is Megan, a January released movie. I love Megan. This is a movie about a doll that's created through AI and becomes this girl's friend, and eventually it becomes too attached to the girl, and it starts going on a murderous rampage, kind of like Child's Play of sort. I loved Megan. My slipcover got pretty beat up on delivery, but you know what? I'm excited to have this movie. I did see that there's a Megan 2.0 that's being released, so I'm excited for that. I hope there isn't a double pack. I'm going to miss out on that, but more on double packs in a minute. And next is another movie that I'm super nostalgic about. I've just never been able to get this movie, even though it's super cheap. This is just childhood Chris right here. Van Helsing. Hugh Jackman in this. What can I say about this? Kate Beckinsale. Basically a movie about Universal monsters and action from the early 2000s. Am I expecting this movie to look great on 4K? No. But this movie is awesome, and it was like stupid cheap to get. In fact, it was cheaper than the Blu-ray, and it comes with the Blu-ray, so why wouldn't I get Van Helsing? So if you've seen this movie, you know. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, check Van Helsing out. And the next one, another upgrade I had. This is the only Blu-ray that I had for the Godzilla MonsterVerse movies. Even Kong I have on 4K. I have all of them on 4K. I love those movies. This one I don't absolutely love, but I feel like it's because I've never watched it in a great... I saw it in theaters when it came out, and I had my complaints, and then when I watch it at home, it just never hits as well. And I think it's because it's a crappy Blu-ray, and it's still not the best movie, maybe, and maybe this will change my mind. I finally upgraded it on 4K, and yeah, I'm excited because this movie's too damn dark, and I'm hoping, because it is on 4K, and this is a better scanned version of the movie, that I will finally enjoy this movie. It's not going to be too dark. It's gonna look good, and it's on 4K. So here's hoping. Check my letterbox, subscribe to it. It's on, links are down below. That this finally does it for me. Getting it on 4K is gonna change this for me, right? And finally, my last two pickups was again, like I know there's a third one probably coming. The fact that these were all $11 movies. The fact that these two were $11 and they came in like 2 days. I picked up were the original Dune on 4K, and then I picked up Dune Part 2. This movie, Lisan Al Gaib, I am a convert. I love the Dune movies. I've been really wanting to rewatch them. It does no service to watch them through streaming if I can get them on disc for like 10 to 11 bucks. So I ended up picking up both Dune 1 and 2, and I know Dune Messiah is on the horizon. Who knows when, but you know, I have 2 Oscar-nominated movies. One hopefully will win, right here in my hand. And the fact that it was 11 bucks each, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. Anyway, that is all I picked up in the last month and so on. What were your favorite pickups from this past month? What are your thoughts on some of the things I said? I'd love to hear your comments down below. What have you picked up? I love to see as well. Again, if you're new to this channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I love to see this channel grow. We're trying to get 1,000. We missed it at the end of last year. Let's keep this rolling. Let's keep it going. So thank you all for tuning in to another episode here at Figure Out Films. My name's Chris, as always. And remember, if you are not buying physical media in the big 2025, do you really care about cinema? Other than that, I'll see you next time.